I had given, as one of the student is asking, the homework was to write down the name of the scientist which we had discussed in the previous class, and also to write down the accomplishment or the work they have done. Okay, so you had to make a table. In that table, you had to write down the name of the scientist, and uske next column you have to write down the work they have done, so that it is easy for you to remember. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead. We're going to go with, we'll start with the chapter. Okay, so to have a quick revision, we had done about different scientists over here. I'm just going to revise it quickly. You have three scientists over here. First is Gregor Johann Mendel, who was the father of genetics. Then came Hugo de Vries. Okay, he also had a very important work in mutation, and I have told you what is the meaning of mutation. When there is a change in the structure of DNA, that thing is called as a mutation. Again, mutation is nothing but the change in the structure of DNA. So that is called as mutation, which can lead to the production of different characters. Okay, and then we had Walter and Sutton, which had studied grasshopper, and he found that grasshopper contains paired chromosomes. So from studying grasshopper and other organism, it was proved that organisms contain paired chromosomes. So chromosomes are always in pair. Okay, and heredity is nothing but the transfer of biological characters from one generation to another, and it is happening via genes. And I have told you where are genes present. Genes are present on DNA. DNA makes chromosomes. Chromosomes are present in the nucleus, and nucleus is present inside the cell. So ultimately, genes are nothing but the segments of DNA which helps to transfer the characters from one generation to another generation. Okay, now this is a DNA, as you can see over here, and the DNA has parts, and these parts are called genes. Okay, now we have different scientists over here. These scientists have proved that genes are present on the chromosome through DNA, and only virus is a particular organism which contains sometimes DNA as well as RNA. So some virus contains DNA, okay, as their genetic material, and some contains RNA. Okay, so coronavirus, as we all know, contains RNA as a genetic material. Right? Now, let's go ahead. This is done. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm just going to tell you two things over here. And this is a very important thing because abhi main jo padhane wali hu iske upar hi based hai. So there were two French scientists. As the name says over here, you have Francois Jacob and Jacques Monod. And these two scientists, they had studied the DNA, and they found out that DNA is capable to produce a particular protein. So as you can see over here, a protein is made from the genes present on the DNA. This was proposed by the French scientist, two French scientists. So after this was discovered, it was easy to understand how different proteins are produced in the body. We have different genes on the DNA, and these different genes, they produce different types of proteins. A particular gene A will produce a protein A. A particular gene B will produce a protein B, and these proteins have different functions in the body. Okay, so as you can see over here, you have DNA, okay, and this particular segment of DNA produces this particular type of protein. Okay, now it helped to uncover the genetic codes which were hidden in the DNA. So by knowing this particular fact, it was clear for us to understand how the genes are working. Earlier, we did not know that how our characters transferred from one generation to another. But by knowing this fact, it became clear that genes which are transferred from generation to generation, these genes produce the same protein which was produced in the previous generation, and hence the characters are transferred. Okay, and this technique is called as the new technique was produced called as recombinant DNA technology. Again repeating, a new technique was produced called as recombinant DNA technology, which improved the scope in the field of genetic engineering. So now जीन से आया जेनेटिक engineering. हमें जब पता चला कि एक पर्टिकुलर जीन से एक पर्टिकुलर प्रोटीन बनता है, so later on scientists started discovering what different types of proteins are produced by different genes. And when they found out different proteins produced by different genes and their function, okay, what is the function of a particular protein in the body? Okay, again repeating, scientists discovered different genes and they also discovered different proteins which are produced from that particular genes. And when they found out the functions of this particular protein, they had an idea of forming a recombinant DNA. Now, what is a recombinant DNA? A recombinant DNA is done by the technology called as genetic engineering. In this particular technology, you remove a particular part of DNA, okay, from any other organism, and you add or insert this DNA or this gene in other organism, example bacteria, and the bacteria is going to produce the protein of that particular gene. Again repeating, recombinant DNA technology. In this, you take a particular portion of a gene from human, example from human, and you insert this human gene in a bacterial gene. Okay, this bacterial gene did not have a human gene earlier. Now it has a human gene because we have inserted it. So now this bacterial gene is said to be a recombinant DNA. Okay, it's a recombinant, it's a modified DNA. And now this modified DNA is going to produce our product. जो हमारे बॉडी में प्रोड्यूस होता है वो जीन से प्रोटीन, वो उनके बॉडी में भी प्रोड्यूस होगा because it has our gene. So this is called recombinant DNA technology, and through this thing many different medicines are produced. So we have a small example of how this is used. Okay, and over here you can see a human cell का एक छोटा सा gene का part लिया है. This is a gene which produces a protein, and that protein is called insulin. Again, this is a human gene which produces a protein called as insulin. And insulin is required by our body to control the glucose level. You have studied in 9th about in hormones. Okay, so insulin is required in our body to control the glucose level. Now, जिसको डायबिटीज होता है उनके बॉडी में पहले से ही इंसुलिन कम है, तो उनको इंसुलिन का इंजेक्शन देने पड़ते हैं. बट ये इंसुलिन कैसे बनता है? हाउ इज इट प्रोड्यूस्ड? दैट इज प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय अ recombinant DNA technology. So again, students, the people who have diabetes, they have low amount of insulin in their body. That is the reason they have diabetes. Okay, so they need to have insulin shots, and this insulin shots are given to them, of course, from outside. So ये insulin shots कैसे बनते हैं? It is done by a method called as the recombinant DNA technology. Now, how does that happen? So as you can see over here, this is a bacterial gene. Okay, this is a bacterial DNA. The bacterial DNA is cut open. You can't cut it with scissors. You have a special chemicals called as enzymes. So special chemicals called as enzymes, they cut open the bacterial gene. Okay, again, enzymes are special chemicals which can cut open the bacterial gene. And then you add this insulin gene on the bacterial gene. You insert it. again with the help of other enzymes. So you can see over here, this is ready. This is a recombinant DNA because the recombinant DNA has a bacterial gene plus a human gene. It is a modified DNA. Okay. Hence, इसको बोलते हैं recombinant DNA because I told you earlier, recombinant DNA is nothing but a modified gene. Okay. Again, repeating for the last time. This is the bacterial gene called as plasmid. This is a human gene which contains an insulin ka gene, okay, which is going to produce a protein called as insulin. Now you are adding this insulin gene on this plasmid. You're attaching over here. So when you insert the human gene, that is insulin gene, with the plasmid, you get a new DNA which is called as a recombinant DNA. Okay. Now the next step. What you're going to do? In the next step, this recombinant DNA is going to be inserted into the bacterial cell. Again, this recombinant DNA is going to get inserted into the bacterial cell. And now this new bacteria is going to produce the proteins. वो सब तरह के प्रोटीन्स प्रोड्यूस करेगा जो इस जीन्स के अंदर है, तो वो इंसुलिन भी प्रोड्यूस करेगा. So when the bacterial cell will divide, you can see how it is dividing. एक का दो, दो का और दो, ultimately चार हो गए. Yes. So as the bacterial cell is dividing, every cell of the bacteria is going to have the recombinant DNA. Every new cell. Because उसके parent में है, तो of course उसके offspring में या generation next generation में आने वाला है. And as you can see some red dots over here, these are nothing but protein, that is insulin. So every bacteria containing the human gene is going to produce the insulin. It has insulin gene. Okay. Ultimately, after some days, okay, by some laboratory techniques, this insulin will be separated from the bacterial cell. And then this insulin is used as a medicine and given to diabetic patients. Okay, so this is the way how the recombinant DNA is used to treat a particular type of disease. Okay, again, you can see for the last time, this is a recombinant DNA which is inserted in the bacterial cell which contains the human insulin gene. This human insulin gene which the bacteria has, okay, it's going to produce a particular protein in the cell of the bacteria. As the bacteria is going to divide, every new bacteria will also have that same insulin gene. And every bacteria is going to produce that particular insulin. And ultimately, by some laboratory techniques, we are going to separate the insulin from the bacterial cell, and we are going to use the insulin for treating the diabetic patients. So this is called as a recombinant DNA technology. Other than that, we also have some genetic technologies which has produced different type of, you can say, animals and plants. For example, this is a cotton. Okay, this cotton has the capability, it is produced through genetic engineering, and this cotton has the capability to produce poison. And this poison is harmful for grasshoppers and other insects which feed on the cotton plant. Okay, so hence they are defending their own self. We don't need to add any pesticides on them. Why not? Because the cotton itself, the cotton के हर एक सेल में ऐसा एक particular poison है. Okay, अगर समझो कोई insect ने उसका एक bite भी लिया, तो वो poison उसके body में चला जाएगा insect के, and the insect will die. So hence further damage नहीं हो पाएगा cotton का. So hence we do not need to add any for pesticides ऊपर से, क्योंकि cotton itself is producing a poison which can kill the particular organism. Next example over here is the animal called as liger. Okay, liger is a production of something called as hybridization, again the mixing of genes. Okay, and it is a combination of lion and tiger. And you can see how huge the animal is. right? So these are the different ways, okay, through which you can combine the different genes of animals and plants and produce the desired products. And this is possible because of something called as the genetic engineering. So this was about genetic engineering and how it happens and how the scientists have tried to find some new ways in improving the qualities of animals and plants. Let's go ahead. Okay, now DNA and various types of RNA. So in the previous lecture, I had told you about the types of the parts of DNA. Okay, that it contains a ribose, sugar, or nitrogenous base, and a phosphate group. And that whole thing is called as a single nucleotide. Similarly, in the 9th standard, you have learned something called as RNA and types of RNA. Okay, RNA goes by the full name ribonucleic acid. Okay, सिर्फ डीऑक्सी में से डीऑक्सी निकाल दो तो जो रिमेनिंग है वो है राइबोन्यूक्लिक एसिड, दैट इज आरएनए. And RNA also has ribose sugar, it also has nitrogenous base, it also has phosphate groups. Again repeating, RNA also has all the three parts, that is the ribose sugar, the nitrogenous base, and the phosphate group. Then what is the difference? The difference is that in RNA, द नाइट्रोजीनियस बेस में जो 4 नाइट्रोजीनियस बेस होते हैं उसमें से एक थोड़ा सा अलग है फ्रॉम द डीएनए. फॉर एग्जांपल, डीएनए हैज एडेनाइन, गुआनाइन, साइटोसाइन, थाइमाइन. ओके, अगेन रिपीटिंग, DNA has adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine as the nitrogenous base. But in RNA, you have adenine, guanine, cytosine and uracil. Okay, so thymine nahi hota. Again, RNA has adenine, guanine, cytosine and uracil. So this is the difference which you find between RNA and DNA. So if in DNA, again, if in DNA, the adenine binds with thymine, in RNA, adenine binds with uracil. Okay, again, in DNA, adenine binds with thymine, but in RNA, adenine binds with uracil. And depending upon the function of RNA, we have 3 types. We have messenger RNA called as mRNA. Then we have ribosomal RNA called as rRNA. And we have transfer RNA called as tRNA. So there are 3 types of RNA based on their functions: messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, and transfer RNA. Okay. Why did I say all these things? Because now हम जो पढ़ने वाले हैं उसमें ये सब आने वाला है. So this was a quick repetition of 9th standard, okay, जो हम अभी यहाँ पे 10th में use करेंगे. Now, genes are present in the DNA, okay, and it participates in the functioning of the cell, and hence it controls the structure and the functions of the body. So ultimately, जो हमारा features है, जो हमारे characters है, all are given by genes. And genes are nothing but they are parts of the DNA. So they are present on the DNA, right? Second, information about the protein synthesis is also stored in the DNA. ये तो हमने अभी देखा that DNA का जो जीन है उससे ही एक पर्टिकुलर प्रोटीन बनता है. तो कौन सा प्रोटीन बनाना है वो इंफॉर्मेशन किसके पास है? वो जीन के पास. So genes have the what information? The genes have the information about the particular protein. So by the gene, a particular protein will be produced. Okay. Now, synthesis, matlab to make. Synthesis of appropriate protein takes place as per the requirement of the body. Okay, now every gene has a particular protein ka information. That does not mean कि gene अपना protein बनाते ही जाएगा. That is not the way how it works. Okay, हमारे body में कौन से protein का requirement है उस हिसाब से the gene is going to produce the protein. Because if the protein is in less amount or it is in high amount, it can cause a damage. So it should be in an appropriate amount. And hence the genes are going to control the production of the proteins. Okay, we all know that genes से ही proteins बनता है because genes have the information of the particular protein. But that does not mean that every time they're going to produce bulk amount of proteins. No, that is not possible. The required quantity of protein is produced by the particular gene. And that is only done when the body requires the protein. If the body does not require a protein, the protein is not produced. If the body has a requirement of a protein, then the gene is going to produce the protein. Okay? These proteins are synthesized by DNA. Of course, genes are nothing but the parts of DNA. So ये of course DNA से ही बनने वाला है protein, but not directly. It is produced indirectly by the production of RNA. So now this is the main term, students. Okay? Again, DNA, okay, जिसमें genes है, वो genes ही proteins बनाएंगे, that is sure. But they do not produce it directly. They produce via a particular molecule, and that molecule is called RNA. So basically, DNA से RNA बनेगा और RNA से प्रोटीन बनेगा. Again repeating, DNA से RNA बनेगा और RNA से प्रोटीन बनेगा. Ultimately बना तो DNA ही रहा है, okay, but it is not done directly, it is done indirectly via RNA. And this thing is called the central dogma. So this is called the central dogma. Central dogma states that the DNA is going to produce RNA, and then the RNA is going to transfer the information of DNA into the protein. नहीं समझा, फिर से. The DNA is going to produce the RNA, and then the RNA is going to transfer the information of DNA into the protein. So ultimately DNA produces RNA, RNA produces protein, but this protein का जो भी information है वो DNA के पास ही है, सिर्फ वो RNA के through protein में जा रहा है. Okay, again the DNA produces RNA, and then the information of DNA is given by RNA to the protein. Okay, and this is called as central dogma. Okay, and the conversion or the production of RNA from DNA is called as transcription. Again, the production of RNA from DNA is called as transcription. Okay, the transcription is the synthesis of an RNA copy by the segment of DNA. तो जब DNA से RNA बनता है उसको बोलते हैं ट्रांसक्रिप्शन, और जब RNA से प्रोटीन बनता है, उस प्रोसेस को बोलते हैं ट्रांसलेशन. So when the DNA produces RNA, it's called transcription, and when the RNA produces the protein, it's called translation. Okay, ये word थोड़े से confusing हो जाते हैं, so it is better you remember what is transcription and what is translation. Okay, now what happens in translation? Again, an important point, so please pay attention. What happens in translation? Over here, जो blue color के जो strands है, okay, that blue color strands is DNA. So this blue color strand is DNA. Okay, and जो red color के जो strands है, this red color strand is the RNA which is going to get produced. So the two blue color strand, this one and this one, this blue color strands are DNA, and this strand which is produced is the RNA. Now what happens? DNA is a double stranded molecule. उसके पास दो strands है, तो वो अपना कोई भी एक strand से RNA बनाएगा. और कौन सा RNA? Messenger RNA. Again, DNA has two strands, so it will take one of the strand and is going to produce an RNA. Okay, and how it produces, again uske liye there is a enzyme which is used called as RNA polymerase. The enzyme is called RNA polymerase. Okay, again over here you can see this is the DNA strand which is used. This is not used. So this DNA strand is used to produce the RNA. And this DNA strand will also have the nucleotide. Right? यहाँ पे nucleotide का नाम दिया हुआ है TCAG. So you have thymine, cytosine, adenine, guanine. So this is the nucleotide. Now what's going to happen is when you have to produce the RNA or the mRNA, the enzyme RNA polymerase, as you can see the name written below, yeah, the enzyme RNA polymerase is going to bring the complementary nucleotide. Again, repeating, when mRNA has to be produced by one of the strand of DNA, the enzyme RNA polymerase will bring complementary nucleotide. Now what is the meaning of complementary? वो मैंने last time बताया था कि अगर A है तो उसका complementary T है और अगर C है तो उसका complementary G है. Okay, so over here as you can see the first one is thymine. So उसका कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री है एडेनाइन. तो यहाँ पे जो फर्स्ट न्यूक्लियोटाइड होगा mRNA का वो होगा एडेनाइन. ओके, द नेक्स्ट इज साइटोजाइन डीएनए का. तो यहाँ पे जो नीचे mRNA का सेकेंड न्यूक्लियोटाइड होगा वो होगा G, बिकॉज G इज कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री टू C, दैट इज गुआनाइन. तो गुआनाइन विल बी द कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री टू साइटोजाइन. एज वी गो फॉर द थर्ड वन, यहाँ पे एडेनाइन is the nucleotide of the DNA. बट यहाँ पे हम थाइमाइन ऐड नहीं कर सकते बिकॉज ये RNA है और RNA में थाइमाइन नहीं होता, RNA में होता है यूरासिल. सो यहाँ व्हाट विल कम ओवर हियर, यहाँ पे आएगा यूरासिल. सो दिस न्यूक्लियोटाइड ओवर हियर इज यूरासिल एंड द नेक्स्ट वन इज गुआनाइन. सो यहाँ पे आएगा साइटोसाइन. So as you can see students, what I have done over here is it's just a complementary base, and by reading the complementary base over here completely the mRNA is produced. So over here you will have T ka A, C ka G, A ka U and G ka C. And similarly when you're reading this 4, again the complementary will be produced over here. Okay, and ultimately an mRNA strand is produced. And this process is called translation. Sorry, this process is called transcription. Again, this process is called transcription. Again, production of RNA from DNA is called transcription. Okay, if you want a quick repetition, this is again the same repetition. You have two DNA strands, 1 and 2. One of the DNA strand is used in the production of RNA. So यहाँ पे ये strand use किया है in the production of RNA, and the RNA is produced by an enzyme called as RNA polymerase. So now what the RNA polymerase is going to do is, the RNA polymerase is going to read, okay, it is going to read the different nucleotide present. If the nitrogenous base is T, then वो लेके आएगा A, and वो जो A है it will be on the first nucleotide over here in the mRNA strand. Then the second is C in DNA, तो mRNA में आएगा G. Third is A, तो mRNA में आएगा U, because uracil is present instead of thymine. And then it goes on, and ultimately an mRNA strand is produced, and this process is called transcription. The same thing is given over here. So over here, this has a DNA का 2 strand. उसमें से the blue strand is used, and in the blue strand, a complementary mRNA strand is produced. Okay, so this is the complementary mRNA strand. This is transcription. And then from mRNA, there will be the production of protein. And when the RNA produces protein, it is called translation. Okay, I hope we are clear till here. We have a small animation which will show what is happening in the production of mRNA via transcription. As you can see, this is the complementary base produced, and this, the red color thing, is the messenger RNA. As you can see, it is continuously being produced by one of the strand of the DNA. And ultimately there will be the production of a complete mRNA. So this is the red color ka complete mRNA is being produced. Okay, again, the same thing is repeated. You have one of the strand of DNA in which the nucleotide are getting attached and complementary nucleotides are coming. As you can see, the complementary nucleotides, the blue strand is the DNA and the red strand is the mRNA. And this is the way it's going to get. Ultimately, there is a region called the terminator region, a stop region. जैसे ही the RNA polymerase will reach the stop region, the mRNA production will be stopped and the mRNA is produced. Okay, so this is what is about transcription. And now we are going to understand about translation. So translation is another difficult process, and it's a very important process because a lot amount of time question is being asked, how is complex protein produced for 5 marks? So it is highly important that you pay complete attention over here, and this will be done in the next lecture because it's a big process. Okay, so we are just going to stop over here. Now if you have any doubts, you can please ask me. Okay, so there are some questions. Let's see. Okay, insulin is a protein. So yes, the insulin has the same amino acid in humans as well as in other animals. So it is favorable. Okay, and what is... Okay, there is another way to get insulin, but that is much more difficult and much more expensive. So it is better to go by bacteria because bacteria grows very fast. Okay, earlier it was done with the use of horses, but horse में भी जो pancreas में insulin बनाता है वो बहुत ही slowly होता है. And bacteria grow very fast, तो उसमें जो insulin बनेगा it happens in a large amount, so adequate amount हो जाता है. Red dot protein. What is red dot protein over here? Okay, BT cotton. BT cotton, I just told you, it is actually it's a recombinant DNA technology, okay, which stands for Bacillus thuringiensis. So Bacillus thuringiensis is actually the name of the bacteria जिसमें से हम लोग ने वो poison लिया हुआ है. Hence the name is given BT cotton, and no, it is not harmful for humans. The reason behind that is that we do not eat cotton, right? So it is not harmful for us. It is, and the way the poison acts, it does not act on our physiological activity. It acts on the pesticide or on the pest, on the insects. The farmer does not get that much of poison. Zonky, the word is Zenki, not Zonky. Zenki is other hybridization like Liger. Okay, and Liger and Zenki both, they cannot reproduce because they are not naturally produced. So hence it is not possible for them to reproduce. So Liger है, कोई भी तुम hybrid animal ले लो. Okay, for example, there is a hybrid animal called as pomato, which contains potato and tomato. Even pomato cannot produce its own seed. because it is not produced naturally. And similarly, other hybrid animals, even they cannot reproduce on their own. The mRNA strand is of different length, students. Depending upon the particular protein to be produced, it is of different length. So it can be small. अगर protein का length small है तो mRNA भी small होगा. As you're going to learn about the protein production in my next session, you will come to know that the mRNA strands depends upon the type of the protein length. जितना उसका structure होगा उसके ऊपर से उसका length होगा. Yeah, production of RNA from DNA is transcription. Central dogma, again I'm repeating, central dogma is the production of RNA from DNA, that is transcription, and the production of protein from RNA, okay, is translation. ये दोनों को मिला के बोलते हैं central dogma. Again repeating, डीएनए में से आरएनए बनता है, आरएनए में से प्रोटीन बनता है. ओके, ट्रांसक्रिप्शन इज डीएनए से आरएनए एंड ट्रांसलेशन इज आरएनए से प्रोटीन. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज सेंट्रल डॉगमा. And spring-like structure in the bacterial cell are the elastic forces which are present in the DNA, which tries to separate the chromosomes in the bacteria. So the spring-like structures which are present in the bacterial cell is nothing but a type of elastic forces which tries to separate the chromosomes from each other in the bacteria. Okay. mRNA normally has one strand. Some of the mRNA, example tRNA, has a mixture of single strand and double strand. But mRNA has a single strand, but tRNA sometimes has double strand as well as single strand. Okay, codons क्या है वो हम next time पढ़ेंगे because codons are related with the translation. तो वो हम next time पढ़ेंगे. The actual is Gregor Johann Mendel, not Johann Gregor Mendel. थोड़ा सा तुम्हारे टेक्स्ट बुक में there is an errors. There are many errors to be frank. Spelling mistakes है, नाम में जैसे Walter and Sutton is not Walter and it is Walter Sutton. So there are certain mistakes in the textbook. mRNA is only formed from DNA. The reason behind that is because mRNA contains the information of the DNA. कौन सा प्रोटीन बनाना है वो mRNA के पास है. इसलिए सी हमने उसको नाम दिया है mRNA because it contains the information. समझ में आया? Of the particular protein. So hence we are given the name messenger RNA. It contains the message of the particular protein. Yeah, if there is no stop codon, students, then the messenger RNA will be continuously produced. So hence every transcription will have a stop codon. या फिर वो continuously produce होता ही जाएगा. See, there are many questions. I'm just reading some questions, okay? And I'm trying to answer all. जितना हो सके पूरा try कर रही हूँ answer करने के लिए. The structure of the complex proteins are different in different organism. That is the only difference. Okay, so protein का भी जब production होता है, it undergoes 4 stages. So that is the way how the protein is formed. तो complex protein का structure बहुत ही complicated होता है, the way the amino acids are arranged. तो उसके हिसाब से हम उसे complex protein बोलते हैं. And what is complex protein? That will be done in the next session. So जो भी प्रोटीन से रिलेटेड, ट्रांसलेशन से रिलेटेड जो भी है तुम्हें डाउट्स, वो हम नेक्स्ट टाइम कर लेंगे. mRNA is present in animals, it is present in humans. Liger cannot be naturally produced. Okay, so now we have completed all the questions जितने मुझे लग रहे हैं. Insulin is a particular protein. I'm repeating last time, it's a particular protein which is required by our body to control the glucose level in the blood. अगर insulin कम है तो glucose level बढ़ जाएगा, which can cause diabetes. So hence it's a very important protein. And your homework over here, your homework is जो last time जिसने नहीं किया वो टेबल फिर से ड्रॉ कर लो. And central dogma का जो भी हम लोग ने आज पढ़ा है उसको सिर्फ रिवाइज करना है. दिस इज आज का जो भी पढ़ा है वो रिवाइज कर लेना. Okay, so I'm going to end the session for today. Next time we're going to learn about translation, a very, very important part. Okay? Yeah. Sir, I'm done with today's session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Bye, sir. Bye, everyone.
So we'll see you next lecture. Take care. Bye. Bye, everyone.